Hello, random person, Sab Nino here, and welcome to Sab Spooky Stories. If you're wondering what my costume is, I'm a guy with glasses and a flannel. Sure, let's go with that. A few of you have commented stuff, so let's cover those first, and then I might cover some of the comments I've missed in previous Sab Talks. So let's get into it. Gami the Boy says, Gami and Marshy Part 2. In a couple Sab Talks ago, I actually talked about a potential of a Gami and Marshy sequel. We have a sequel idea that the VA for Gami pitched. I also have a Christmas special idea, but we'll keep you posted on that. We had two ideas. One involving an ice cream invasion, where ice cream people invade the candy world and it's up to Gami and Marshy and the purple fish lady to save it, or a Christmas special where Gami has a hard time dealing with the holidays. However, to keep with the Halloween theme, I've thought about doing a Gami and Marshy Halloween episode since Halloween is about candy and this is a show about candy, so win-win. But the only thing I can give about that is concept art, because we don't have a plot for it. Joshua Hunter Jr. says, how about one of those parodies of films like Ghostbusters? I never really thought of a Ghostbusters parody, but we have done sort of a spooky parody sort of thing in one of our scripts. There is a specific parody me and the Another Random Day crew has always wanted to do, and that's a Scooby-Doo parody. The classic Scooby-Doo. A lot of the characters in Another Random Day could fit those molds. Seb could be Scabby-Doo, and there's a lot of debate on like whoever the rest is. But if I were taking charge, Caden would be Shaggy, Britt would be Daphne, Jasmine would be Velma, and Brandon would be Fred. I don't know, maybe his name was Scrappy. But in terms of a Ghostbusters thing, maybe one of the characters has to prove that ghosts exist, so Sab that makes an invention that creates ghosts, and they realize, oh no, ghosts are real. They're gonna haunt us. Let's bust them. And then Sab makes inventions that those sucky machines, and then they just suck off ghosts. I should have used a better choice of words. Gion's Life says, the 420th video. Haven't thought about it, but probably something weed related. Maybe cringe binge related, because that has some drug references. Eva Trend says, read We Deleted You Creepypasta. This is Sab's Spooky Stories, and this is the only time the spooky story parts actually comes into play. So, sure, let's read it. I got a Wii on my 7th birthday, on November 28th, 2006, about 9 days after the Wii was released. I still remember the moment when my dad gave me the present, and then I quickly ripped it open. Wow, a Wii! Thanks, Dad, I said in happiness. After that, I begged my dad to help set it up. When he was done, he finally helped me set up the Wii in the living room. What surprised me about the Wii is the controller. It reminded me more of a TV remote. After my dad set it up, he let me play. I was going to play Wii Sports, but something caught my eye. The Me channel. So I opened that up instead. But when I got to the Me channel, there was a single Me. I clicked on it, and I found that the Me's name was Eteled. The name Eteled didn't make sense to me until I looked real closely at the letter. Then I found out that it was delete backwards. I took a good look at Eteled. He was bald. He had a big smiling mouth, giant eyes, and a small nose. He started to creep me out, so I deleted him. Then I started to make a me version of Me. So I clicked the button to make a new me, and named my me Kyle. But when I got back to the Me Plaza area, Eteled was back, with the same creepy look. So I deleted him with the first chance I got. I was a little creeped out, but then I decided to forget all about it when I play Wii Sports. I like Wii Sports. It was a compilation of 5 sports: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing. I decided to play bowling because that was my favorite sport. My me was in a bowling alley with the other me's, and sometimes I saw a me in the lane next to mine do their throw, and I did see it. My me got a strike and turned around to celebrate, but my me's face looked extremely like Eteled's, so I assumed it was him.
So I quit Resports and went back to the me channel. Before I deleted Eteled, the dialogue box appeared saying,
"Why are you trying to delete me?"
I started to get creeped out as I spoke out. What do you mean? I don't think he would hear me, but strangely he did.
"Oh, you know what I mean."
It said, I just don't want you on my me channel. I'm sorry. And the words changed again.
"Oh, really? Me's have feelings too, you know. How would you feel if I deleted you?"
It said, and that's what I realized. I was talking to Eteled. The dialogue box disappeared, and it revealed the scariest picture I ever seen. It was a picture of Eteled's face with the same creepy features, but more gruesome. His eyes were replaced with gaping holes of blood pouring down. I was so scared. I clicked the home button and ran to my dad. He was on the phone, and I waited for him to finish. "Dad, there's something wrong with the Wii," I said with a scared voice. I led my dad to the living room, and I turned off the home menu, and suddenly it looked normal. My dad said I was probably playing too much and I should take a break. So I did. I pressed the home button again and took a 15-minute break. But when I went back to the cat and turned off the home menu, the dialogue box appeared saying, "Goodbye, Kyle." And then the me channel automatically turned off and went back to the home menu. I tried to go back to the me channel, but every time I did, a dialogue box appeared saying, "We deleted you," and it took me back to the Wii menu. I soon realized that Eteled somehow deleted me in a way that I couldn't make any more me's. So that meant, no matter what game I played, I always have to play Eteled, and never tried to delete him.
Well, that was different. Notorious JKB says, "So there I was, at the bottom of a lake. 3 sea monsters surrounding me, and a rabid werewolf in the car with me. And my phone was at 5% battery. What would you do in that situation?" Realistically, I'd die. So to fill out this video, since it's near the end of October and I want to get this special out, but I also want to fill in the time, I'm going to be talking about some previous questions from previous Sab Talks. So I'm sorry it took so long, but now your questions are going to get answered. Let's get into it. Aaron Lovin says, "If someone gave you infinite money to use exclusively on the shows you're currently working on, how would you spend it? No loopholes, lol." I think the real question is, what wouldn't I do with it? First and foremost, I would hire more animators and pay the artists and voice people, writers, etc., the people who are working for me now. I would give them a paycheck since they've worked so hard. I'd also expand the writing team, but I'd still have heavy involvement, and since I'd have more animators, I'd try to pump out a lot more content as I can. Therefore, when I want to work on one project, none of my other projects have to halt. So that means I could work on another random day, and cringe binge, and maybe a got game, Gami and Marshy, maybe some Gib. All the ideas I've had can hopefully be pumped out a lot faster due to this assembly line, and therefore the rapid pace of my ideas can actually come to fruition in a faster pace. I'd also try other things, like maybe 22-minute specials. Maybe I'd go to Budsy and sell a bunch of marketable plushies of my characters. I know a lot of people wanted that Sab plush I got. Maybe movies. Video games, perhaps? Maybe get like a development team for those? Long story short, there is a lot I do with that money. Devin TR says, "I have an interesting question. If you were to remake or remaster ARD episode 1 and 2, would you change it or would you not have any changes?" Honestly, there's a lot I'd change about episodes 1 and 2. I think the first change would be I'd make episode 1 a lot less random and actually do a better job introducing the characters. But hey, people still understood the characters well, so that's good at least. For episode 2, I'd probably make Sab and Jasmine's relationship not seem so forced, and maybe flesh out Jasmine's ex a little bit more. Even though there's a lot of things that I'd change about episodes 1 and 2 if I was writing it now. If I were to remaster episodes 1 and 2, I honestly wouldn't change anything. Mainly because I don't like rewriting history. And since I've made it this far with the timeline that already established and that newer episodes can call back to that one, the only thing I'd really change is the animation. I really wish that I was able to remaster episodes 1 and 2 visually, especially episode 2 with that weird aspect ratio. The issue with that is, with episodes 1 and 2, I didn't think to save any of my Adobe files, so unfortunately I don't have the rawest form of these episodes. So unfortunately the recent compilation, Another Random Day, episode 1 to 4, is the highest quality I can get of these episodes. I'm sorry. The only thing we can do is just move forward and try to aim for higher quality, which I think we're doing. Notorious JKB says, Sor gorgiamus alus subjectos nunc. I believe in rice and beans. Me no habla español, but I believe in rice and beans too. Ivan Trend says, watch Pokemon. Get into Pokemon. I hate to be that guy, but egging me on to get into Pokemon only makes me want to get into it less. Look, I'm sure it's a good game, but it's just never been something that interests me. I'm sorry. 2 more SpongeBob theme songs. It's always special when you do them. It's flashbacks of the Sonic movie. Play Megalovania. I think that's all the questions I had in Ask Sab 22. Again, I'm sorry it took this long to get back from hiatus. I'm hoping to get back relatively soon. I'm kind of in a bumpy transition period, so I'll keep you guys posted in the community tab. But if you have any other questions for me, comment below. And it's all spooky from—
Hello, you worthless freaks! Sab Nino here, and you're all doomed!